Welcome to center court and the final game for the 76ers in this 1987-88 season. Tonight, the opponent, the Detroit Pistons. The Pistons are headed one way to the NBA playoffs, while the 76ers, for the first time in more than a decade, are going to sit back and watch all the postseason play. The Sixers eliminated their final shot last night, came up short, losing to the Cleveland Cavaliers 104-99. It's been an up and down year for the 76ers. Injuries have hampered them. But tonight they'll be out there trying to win one more game, their final game of the regular season. And it's a tough opponent. The Pistons have defeated the 76ers 3 times while losing once to Philadelphia this year. Overall, the 76ers have not won against Detroit but one time in the last 2 seasons. So let's take a preview look at these Detroit Pistons, a team that finished with the second best record in the East, right behind the Boston Celtics this year. Head coach Chuck Daly doing another fine job. Of course, Chuck's contract is up. A lot of speculation on where he'll be next year. Isiah Thomas appearing in 7 straight NBA All-Star games. Charles likes Isiah, putting a hammer hold on there. Isiah twice the MVP in the All-Star game, and he does it all. The second leading scorer behind Adrian Dantley. Shooting 51% is Isiah, and he is bent on returning to the Eastern Finals. Dennis Rodman in his second year, look at that, shot 10 for 10 from the field against the 76ers in a game last season. He is 6'8", out of Southeast Oklahoma State. They say he was a find in the draft 2 years ago. Plays the good D. There's the block against Charles. Another above 50% shooter. With shots like that, it helps. Some things to remember: the NBA's third best defense for Detroit. They have won 8 of their last 9 regular season meetings against the Sixers and set a team record by winning 53 games for Chuck Daly this season. So this is it. It's come down to the final game of the regular season. It's the Sixers and the Detroit Pistons from the noisy Pontiac Silverdome. Coming up next, Neil Funk and Hubie Brown with tonight's starting lineups and tip-off.
There's the starting lineup now for the 76ers, and it's going to be a little different tonight. This might be fun time. We might be watching a Sunny Hill League game. Ben Coleman, Mike Jaminski, and Charles Barkley the front line. Albert King and Gerald Henderson in the backcourt. Now we are told that Mo Cheeks definitely will not play, and that Cliff Robinson definitely will not play. We'll have to wait and see. So the starting lineup is Gerald Henderson, Albert King, along with Charles Barkley, Mike Jaminski, and Ben Coleman. The head coach is Jimmy Lynam. His assistant is Freddie Carter. And the trainer is Al Domenico. Sponsor of the U.S. Olympic Training Centers, McDonald's. It's a good time for the great taste of McDonald's. And your Buick Value Team dealer, home of the all-new, redesigned 1988 Regal. See and drive it today, and we're underway. Lambier at the top.
They're in a passing game type of form now. Pass and cut, pass and screen away.
And I would think that both teams, Hubie, might come out and do just that. You're not going to see Cheeks, or at least we don't believe you are. You're not going to see Cliff Robinson. You're not going to see Mahorn. They swing it. 5 on the shot clock. Jaminski's jumper goes awry, and Sally scoops ahead to Rodman. Great feed, and Lambier, the layup goes.
See, this unit that they have on the floor right now had to play for at least a month, and they had outstanding results. Excellent defense that you're seeing right now. They're a very good rebounding team and a very good fast breaking team.
And there's another in the transition.
So give this one a little bit of thought. You have Sally and Rodman, 2 guys who can change ends, block shots, and rebound. They're matched up with Barkley and Coleman, and if neither guy is ready mentally, they're just going to run him into the floor.
Charles against Rodman, over him, and knock it down.
Barkley.
Charles with his first field goal. And it is 4-2 Detroit. Lambier, who likes to play out high. And they gun it baseline. Isiah in and out. Snapped down by Charles Barkley.
That was a very nice pass by Sally. They backpicked Gerald Henderson on the opposite side of the floor. And Isiah ran a backdoor move.
Jaminski against Lambier. Henderson against Isiah, and trying to go inside, and Rodman poked at it and knocked it out of bounds.
See, Rodman will not play Barkley at the same place all the time. He'll play him on the side. He'll front him. He'll play behind him. He's very quick, 6'9", long arms.
He'll ask for his teammates to come over and please help. Right?
I would think so.
Henderson, the rainbow, nope. The rebound tapped around, and here come the Pistons again. Thomas running, Isiah, yeah.
Isiah Thomas.
They're a big transition team. We know that. And if the Sixers really do not get out there, they need the third guy to get back defensively. So that means either Coleman or Barkley must get back. If not, it's going to be a 3-on-2 track meet here.
Charles, Coleman trying to set the screen and now cuts away. Barkley.
4 seconds.
Up top, Albert will have to unload and misses. And the rebound, Rodman. Rodman flies and goes to Joe Dumars, who pulls up and scores.
Detroit's a team that can play all kinds of basketball. You want to run, they'll run. You want to play half court, fine. You want to be physical, they can do that. They have it all. Plus, they're a very, very good defensive team against your sets, forcing you into options.
Trying to drive Gerald Henderson, but much better in their half-court game when they have Mahorn available, right? I mean, because they can power you a little bit more.
Well, what happens there is, here's a real nice move by Gerald going to the basket. You know, he got hit bumped twice there, Sally, and by Dumars. Dumars grabbing from the rear. But they don't call a foul here. They call it out of bounds. That's an interesting call. I thought they had a foul that time.
Shot clock.
Yeah, see, they're calling no foul here. So what they're doing is they're putting 9 seconds on the shot clock. Here's that lob to Barkley.
And the jumper, and this time it's short. Dumars on the fly. Dumars down the boulevard, and he scores.
I mean, this is really easy, okay? And this is their kind of a game. Here's a very nice move by Dumars. He's excellent. You see how he did that little level off stutter move? In the big game that they played down in Atlanta 3 weeks ago, it was for first place, and what broke the Hawks, really broke their back. Joe Dumars at the critical fourth quarter came down on Mo Rivers like that and took him 3 times in a row, stuttered him off, leveled him off, and then blew right by him for layups. That's his favorite move.
Makes the free throw, gets the bottom end, and it is 11-2 Detroit. Pass tapped away, but Jaminski picks it out of the air, goes up and scores.
Strong move by Mike.
Here comes Isiah. He blows the other way, lays it off, and the layup's good. Now this has been a layup clinic for Detroit.
Well, they've only had 1 field goal outside of a layup. Now you see, it's transition. They're pumped up. This is their type of game. This is a fun game for them.
Tap back outside, and here they come again.
4-on-2.
Thomas lays it off and hammered. Not a bad foul by Albert, or else they would have had another layup. Albert King.
The only part of Rodman's games which is really suspect is the fact that he is a very poor foul shooter. 53%. But he's a worker.
Jaminski at the top. He buried it, but an illegal defense.
Oh, see, Jimmy Lyman said something to Jake. You'd rather have the field goal.
Yeah.
They scored the goal.
Nope, they're going to score.
Nice. Okay.
Jimmy got both. He got
both
everything
things
he wanted.
Assist Gerald Henderson.
Dumars against Albert King. Now Isiah. Lambier at the top. Nope. Rebound Charles. Barkley's outlet is for Gerald Henderson. Now Charles down the lane he comes.
Nice
kicks
pass.
it off. Ben goes up and he's fouled.
Very nice pass by Injured. So he's not going to go full throttle here tonight. He'll be out here, but maybe in spirit.
Isiah guns one inside, and it's poked away, but a foul, a push from behind. And you know what? I had a chance to talk with Mo Cheeks before the game, and he was talking. Remember, you talked about how painful that injury is when you get hit right where he did,
right
in the thigh, right above the knee.
Right.
And Mo said, there is no way I could have. He said, I would have gone if it had meant something, but he said, it really hurts me.
Oh, yeah, well, he has a swelling. He has a great swelling there. And anybody who's played sports knows that that's the one thing you can't get because it tilts your body. The pain is so bad. You can't stretch out.
The lob to Coleman, and he scores.
Nice pass. Nice pass by the G-man that time. Coleman posted his man up, held him off real well.
A 16-10 Detroit lead as the Sixers start to fight back now. Isiah misses, and the rebound hauled down by David Henderson, who pushes it up. Let's see if they swing it here. Batted around, right back to Henderson, who fires, misses, and the rebound, Gerald Henderson, and that's good.
Nice move by Gerald. See, by G-man, as soon as they score, by G-man jamming Lambier underneath the basket.
Commemorating the retirement of the Doctor, Julius Erving's number 6 on April 19th at the Spectrum. Only a limited number remains, so call now at 339-7600.
All right, in the early shooting, Detroit 7 for 11, 63%. Dumars has 7 points. Philadelphia 5 for 11, 45%. Cheminsky 4 points. Nice move.
Isiah knocks that down, and it is 18-12. Detroit got out early and quickly, and now the Sixers have battled back, and they swing the ball on the left side. Free throw line extended left to Charles.
5 seconds.
Charles drives, powers in, and an offensive foul on Charles. Now Charles has got to be careful here, because
but now watch this. See, he doesn't have the maneuverability that he usually has. Okay, he would usually pull that ball back. Now remember, everything that's going to be affected with him is in that right hand in the lower right side. So he's limited. Just like last night, he couldn't beat Williams off the dribble when they really needed it. It just wasn't there, and that you got to give him his due. He's injured.
There's Dumars, who has had an outstanding year for Chuck Daly and the Pistons. 9 points here in the first quarter for Dumars.
Well, you know, there are a lot of people in this city and in this area that think that Dumars is the best player on the team. He does everything well. Everything.
Here's a tap, and that is good. Charles with the tip in. Dumars, a little stutter step move, and then gives up the dribble. Dumars unloads again and good again. And you know what? A lot of people thought he was just a defensive player.
You know what he is? He's a guy who shoots right around 50%, plays outstanding defense. The unsung guy who in the big games gets you anywhere from 15 to 25 consistently without any fanfare, and then plays 2 positions.
And made a great pass there. Sally couldn't finish it off, and they'll have to set up.
Oh,
Sally down, it was a walk, and then the rebound, Cheminsky. Lead is for Charles.
Nice.
Charles, great move, and then he's fouled by Lambier.
Nice move by Charles that time, but you can see that the elevation is not there.
Yeah.
He just cannot push off.
Number 53, James.
Now here it is. Now just watch him. You know, usually there's his crossover like he always does. See, he wants to go up strong here. It's not there.
Charles Barkley. Barkley shoots 2.
Charles at the free throw line to shoot a couple, and makes the first. And remember, Hubie, last night Freddie Carter told us after the Atlanta game, he said, if anything, this game is more a character builder. You find out who has a little bit of character that'll come to play, even though the game doesn't mean anything.
Well, you know, you hate to say it. See, as a coach, you're coaching to win the game.
Exactly.
And you're hoping that the players understand the word professionalism. This is what this is all about. This is professionalism.
There's one right there. Joe Dumars. Dumars is now 6 for 7 and has 13 points in the first quarter. 4:22 still left. Gerald for 3. Kaboom.
Nice shot by Gerald.
Gerald Henderson.
24-19.
Gerald now, that was his 68th three-point play, shooting 43% on threes.
Isiah double clutched, missed it. The rebound, Detroit, and then a foul.
Bonus for your club.
Edwards makes the second free throw, and it is 26-19. The Pistons with 3:50 left to play here in the first period. Gerald off the dribble, cross court. Coleman. Yeah, nothing but net.
I think that they should start setting Ben up next year for 18-foot jump shots. He makes them. He does. Stop all this low post stuff.
Sally with a schoolyard move, and that wouldn't go, but the Pistons come away with it.
Oh, that's Rodman. Rodman is a great offensive rebounder.
Sally again spins it up. He scores this time. It counts, and he'll get to the line.
That was close. You know, I'm not a big one to be yelling and screaming about the walk in that call right now. But you just watch his feet. He comes in here now. He loses his dribble right there. And then he came back. And at that angle, you couldn't see the dragging of the foot. I just want to bring up a point. Dennis Rodman has 313 offensive rebounds. Now, think about that a second. 313, and the young man only plays 26 minutes a game.
And he completes the three-point play, and it is 29-21, the Pistons.
Now, why is that big? Barkley only has 375. Put it in his, put it in
perspective.
That's right.
Charles backs away with a dribble and then dumps to Jaminski off the box on the left side. The turnaround won't go. The rebound, Charles. He spins, goes up, and he's fouled. But again, now even though he drew the foul that time from Dennis Rodman, you're right. The elevation just isn't there.
Right.
A timeout taken with 2:58 left to play here in the first period. A 29-21 Detroit lead.
The league in foul shot attempts.
We didn't attempt that many in our entire grade school, high school, college.
Well,
and
to put it in its place here, Dantley has attempted 572. That's almost
and he gets to the
more.
line as much as anybody.
That's right.
Vinnie Johnson is checked in. He goes to Edwards, who misses the jump hook, and the rebound, Jaminski. 29-23. Sixers trying to get something going. Running Henderson. He got off his feet, and then Jaminski's follow won't go, but he rebounds again. That's blocked. Edwards got a piece of that. Dumars. And traveling called as he got it in the middle.
See, that was another shot blocked by Rodman at this end of the floor, which initiated the fast break.
You know what? I thought it was Edwards.
No, it wasn't.
Why do you say that?
Because I just wanted to correct you on television.
Okay.
For no other reason.
Hey, we can have some fun tonight.
Nice hook.
Jaminski.
G-man.
Baseline right or that patented hook. 29-25. Sixers have closed to within 4 now. With 1:53 left in the first period. Vinnie Johnson back outside. Dumars not this time, but tipped in.
Dennis Rodman. Is Rodman there or what? I'm telling you, people get excited about him because he's got a little mustard on him, all right? Maybe a little bit more than a little.
I thought that was James Edwards.
Well, that's I'll tell you, keep doing that. We might have Charlie out here announcing the second half.
Oh, I tell you what, Charles is not going down easy. Yes. He scores and he's fouled. He had 3 cracks at it, and he drove some people out of there.
I see he hurt himself right there. He's wincing a little bit. He's a real despondent. Here's a strong move. That's an offensive foul by Charles. All right, now here you come. There goes your first move. Here he comes. That was an easy move. All right, he got fouled on that one. Now he makes a strong move, and he gets his foul shots.
31-28.
Straight up, Dave. Straight up.
Pistons in front. 1:14 left first quarter. Neil Funk, QB Brown. We're at the Silver Dome in Pontiac, Michigan.
There's a double screen on the baseline for Dumars. Oh.
I'll tell you what, he's had some quarter. Dumars now with 17 points in the first period. Henderson short, rebound Charles, and he's fouled.
See, for a while there, when Detroit was struggling tonight,
Edwards, Lambier, Rodman the front line. This is Dumars.
Good, Bobby. Good. Good.
Forced to help behind his back for Lambier. Vinny from outside. No. Rodman the rebound for Edwards. The layup good.
the reason why I'm laughing is Rodman knew somebody was in front of him. He pushed him, so he pushed James Edwards behind the basket.
35-32.
18 seconds for the quarter.
But the Sixers sneaking up on Detroit after a big early deficit. 9 seconds left. Shot clocks are turned off. Benny Johnson.
Oh, that was up and down.
Kicked it off. Dumars, he knocked it down. Let's see if they count it.
No good.
No.
First of all, he walked before it.
That's the end of the first quarter with a score. The Pistons 35, the Sixers 32.
Sixers, the future. Thursday at 7:30 on PHL 7T.
35-34 as the Sixers have closed to within one, and then Benny Johnson knocks one down.
We
started the lead back out to 3.
We started the quarter off with a great drive to the basket by David Henderson.
Jaminski falling and firing. Nope. Kept alive by Gerald Henderson, but finally rebounded by Benny Johnson. Lambier, he loves it from right there. Missed that one, though. The rebound, Edwards, is good.
See, they're really big in there right now. You have Edwards at 7 foot, Lambier at 6'10", 6'11", and you have Rodman. Now, Dumars finished the first quarter with 17 points on 7 of 9 shooting. Barkley at 13 points, 7 for 7 on the line.
Gerald for 3 wouldn't go. Vrains the rebound as he's checked in, tapped around and out of bounds, and not only did the ball go out of bounds, so did Gerald Henderson.
That was a nice try by Gerald. And Gerald went into the lane that time. There's Chuck Daly. Chuck has put the team into the playoffs 5 consecutive years. First time in the history of this franchise that they were ever in the playoffs 2 years in a row.
And I think a win tonight will be their best season in terms of wins and losses. Vinnie Johnson, bingo.
Vinny is now knocked in 2 in a row in this quarter.
Well, he's a streak shooter.
From Bill Lane Beer.
41-34. We're just underway here in the second period. Neil Funk, Hubie Brown. Jumper missed, loose, picked up by Edwards. Isiah, a bounce ahead, and the jumper, Vinnie Johnson, wouldn't go, but he's fouled. Now we'll get a roar from the crowd here as Chuck Nevitt checks into the game.
Seats. They're going to have 3 sections of big boxes, 16 rows up, then like 20 rows up, and then at the top they've already been sold out.
And they're also going to have 4,000 people that are really ticked off. Right.
Nice block by James Edwards.
Coleman got the roll, though. He stayed right with it.
That was a strong move by Coleman. When the shot went up, Edwards blocked it. He went right back in there and gets it, and it makes another nice move. Step right in there.
This is the last regular season game for both of these clubs. Detroit, of course, moving on to the playoffs. Here comes Isiah Thomas. Stops with that high dribble that he has and goes to Nevitt. Now the crowd roars as Nevitt backs in, sweeps up a hook and misses. Bobby Thornton. Outside, Albert King, nothing but net.
Sixers needed that one. Just to break the schneid here right now. They were running up and down, no results. A lot of nice execution, but the ball not in the hole.
43-38. The jumper missed, and the Sixers can get still closer.
This is Jimmy's second unit now with Vrains and Thornton in there along with Coleman.
Danny Vrains from outside off the left wing. Now it's a three-point game again. The Sixers hanging right there.
It's a single double for Vinnie Johnson. He has his option to go either way.
Isiah, Edwards, back to Isiah running the baseline. Nevitt trying to go up. Lost it, and here come the Sixers. Wingate. The trailer is Albert, and it was a great pass.
Sure was.
And just not handled.
No, yeah, and then also Lambier, faked and then came back and disturbed. You know, definitely disrupted the train of thought there on the catch. 18 seconds here.
Wingate, jumper good. It's a one-point game all of a sudden.
I think
And
we're
Hubie,
going.
you've been in these situations before. You think both these coaches don't want to win this game, and even though it means nothing in terms of who's going to the playoffs or whatever. Isiah from the top.
Well, Chuck Daly naturally would like to have the best one-loss record in the franchise's history.
Right.
Especially if you're going in to negotiate your contract, right?
Yep.
Right, that kind of helps.
And Jimmy wants to find out what kind of character his ball club has. Here inside, Bobby Thornton, and he's fouled. Edwards loops it cross court. Isiah Thomas with brains on him, and he walked, but before that there's going to be a block foul.
See, that was a good deployment there by going 1-3-1. That was a surprise. They made Detroit almost run the entire shot clock, and that was a bit.
Yeah, I think they're going to run this for Albert. Let's see. There he is. Inside for Coleman. Nope. Bent. Strong rebound. No. Tap is good.
Danny Vrains up over the top. Nice moves, though, by Coleman. Really up in there, you know, going strong to the basket. See, Detroit keeps fronting all the low post people. So like we keep saying, the lob pass is there.
We are tied at 47. Benny Johnson misses. Vrains the rebound. Sixers run. Vrains down the lane.
Nice pass.
Kicks it off. The jumper is good.
Three-point play. Three-pointer. All created by Danny Vrains. Really attacked the middle of the floor, and they gave him the kick out to the corner. And, you know, in transition, the corner three is always there.
And Chuck Daly wants a timeout. The Sixers have the lead. 50-47. We're back after these messages. Well, head-to-head stats in the 87-88 Philadelphia 76ers statistical yearbook. To order, call 339-7600. I'll tell you what, right now, defensively, the Sixers have Detroit confused.
Well, they're doing a nice job. Well, this is a good group for the Sixers out on the floor. It's a good defensive group, one of the best ones. Philly has a 16-4 run right now.
Bobby Thornton misses. Lambier trying to track it down and finally does. Here comes Isiah Thomas. Raises up. Jumper is no good. Run down by Rodman. Try to wheel it underneath to Isiah, and it's poked out of bounds.
I just would like to stand corrected here. The Pistons have won 53 games. That is the best one-loss record in the history of the franchise.
Yeah, they won 52 two other times. And you and I were both amiss on that, but still in all, I guess what our point was that both coaches want to win this game.
Replacing number 45, Bob Thornton.
Bobby Thornton comes out. Benny Johnson behind his back and out of bounds.
It's a very, you know, instead of making easy pass in this quarter, Detroit is trying to put a little flash, a little pizzazz into all of the different passing, and it's really giving them a hard time. There's a good anticipation by Benny Johnson.
And the layup's good at the other end. Jumped right into the passing lane. He was off to the races. 50-49. Sixers by one now.
We have Charles Barkley back in the game at the forward position for Albert King. No, not for Albert. They have Albert at a guard position now.
I think he came back in for Bobby Thornton. Here's the rebound, Rodman, and here they come again. And the layup, Sally blew it at point-blank range.
Yeah, but he was fouled by Vrains. Vrains pushed him right in the back.
Here comes Detroit again.
Nice
Sixers steal it back. Charles, the layup good.
That was a nice steal that time by David Wingate. High pick and roll.
Benny Johnson, bingo.
Somebody just scaled a program down here in Airplane. That's really bright. That's all you need is to be on a fast break and have one of your guys.
Proud of you, right?
Have one of your guys step on that and be out for the playoffs.
52-51 and a timeout taken.
It's like an extra 7-8 miles further north. You're absolutely right. It adds more mileage onto the 45-minute drive from the airport. But they say it's going to be the best building in the country. Everything super plush. Nice move by Ben. Ben is really up in this game here tonight. He's been really making playoffs that they really have a difficult time with, and that is Washington. And for some reason, Washington has been able to give them really tough battles all year long.
54-51. I want to mention something else. In a moment, here's Lambier, and nothing but net. Lambier with his second field goal of the game. Guess how long it's been since they won in Boston. Albert.
Well, I know exactly how long. It's been 7 years.
7
They've
years.
lost 21 straight games. Yeah, you're absolutely right. It is incredible.
You brought up that on the bus today. And yet, Boston, what is it? Boston has not won here in 3 years?
Yeah, something like that, yeah.
Sally, dribble drive. No, Lambier kept it alive and scored. 56-55, the Sixers. 3:20 left.
Whoever this idiot is up in the stands here, he keeps throwing these airplanes out, and they keep sailing all around.
Charles Barkley from David Wingate.
Yeah, you're right. 58-55. Lambier, he got the roll.
Yeah.
And
Danny
foul.
Vrains. Well, Danny Vrains just unloaded on Rodman and put him down on the floor that time. They called a loose ball foul on Danny Vrains.
Philadelphia foul on number 20, Danny Vrains.
Now, Danny, the personal foul.
Team's third.
And Rodman will get to the free throw line.
Number 10, Dennis Rodman.
And an opportunity here. Not only. All right, was going to try to tie the game, missed it.
Jaminski checks back in to the Sixers line.
Mike Jaminski comes back on for the Sixers. All right, now is David Wingate, Albert King. Here's Jaminski from outside, short. Rebound, Lambier for Isiah. Zeke at the top. Now Lambier. Bingo. Knock that down.
Well, he has the feel. He really has the feel right now, and you can't lay off him. Now, he's knocked in his last 3 in a row, but as soon as he's even a half a step open, he's forcing the shot because he wants it. He's in a rhythm.
And a timeout taken by the Sixers with 2:25 remaining here in the first half at a 59-58 Detroit lead.
Ball back out to you. You can step in and get your range because you can always take a contested jump shot.
There's that little lob again for Charles and a foul.
The leading rebound.
The Sixers in front, 60-59. Isiah Thomas working with Joe Dumars. Sally, Rodman, who catches at the baseline, and then a whistle.
They'll take it out on the side. Bobby Thornton was beaten to the spot that time. And when the Sally went to post up, Bobby just pushed him from the rear.
He's first. The team's first.
Thomas.
2 minutes left in the second quarter.
Has Lambier on the right wing. Takes it himself. Scoops and is fouled. Isiah makes a pair.
Here comes the trap.
Get a 3-point play out of it. And here is the trap by Detroit.
2-2-1, 3/4 court trap.
Beaten easily. Thornton for Charles. Loose. Thornton trying to dive after it, and it's out of bounds. It's going to belong to Detroit. Now, they had it beat if they'd showed a little more patience.
Yeah, but unfortunately, the only thing that counts is whether you score.
Jumper missed by Lambier, and here comes Charles. Barkley right by everybody, and
nice
they kicked it
pass.
off.
Barkley, Jaminski gets hit right across the face, but Barkley, watch Barkley go right by. Now watch this, he slips. See, he slips right there, and he made the pass. Now, he was going to elevate and take that shot himself, but unfortunately, when he planted his foot, he just lost his footing totally. But how about the pass? That was a tough pass.
Dumars. That was more slowly this time. Rodman for Isiah Thomas. bobs and weaves and fires and misses, and the rebound hauled down by Rodman. You're watching Sixers basketball on PHL 17 in Philadelphia.
That was Dennis Rodman's 4th offensive rebound in this half.
He has it poked away by Barkley. Now he squares up and fires and missed that badly. I don't know what that was.
That was nerve. See, there's that same area.
Yep.
Boy.
And were it another arena, you'd say, well, maybe there's ice down underneath and the condensation, but there is no ice down here.
Checking into the Pistons line.
And now Jake O'Donnell has the ball boys come out to try and clean that area up. Yeah, you're exactly right. Same area. Dumars and Thomas with Sally, Edwards. And who else came into the game? Driving Dumars, and he scores. Boy, he has had a big first half. He had a tremendous first quarter.
Now, Dumars' highest game in the year is 25 points. And he might get it. No, he can't get it at halftime. We have 15 seconds for the quarter.
Hey, Ralph Lewis is checked into the game. Here comes Jaminski down the lane, and he's hammered again.
Nice drop off. See, Gerald is a very good pick and roll player, mainly because you must guard him as he comes off. There's Chuck Daly.
Isiah finished that baby off, and the first half is over. 66-64. The Pistons by 2 on the Isiah Thomas driving layup. That's the end of the first half. Now stay tuned for Center Court with Harry Donahue.
Overdome. 2-point lead for Detroit, 66-64. Let's take a look at some first half highlights from Pontiac tonight. Big crowd out there again. You know, they averaged 25,000. Chuck Daly looking ahead to the playoffs and the Washington Bullets. Early going, Pistons on the run. Joe Dumars, 19 big points. Here's a couple. Nice layup move as Joe goes right by Albert King and got it down. It was 11-2 Detroit early. Sixers finally got on track, made a bit of a run. Ben Coleman with a big first half. Ben from long distance in the corner hits the jumper. And Ben Coleman there had in the first half 10 points for Philadelphia. Then Dennis Rodman really giving the pass inside to Sally on the spin move. He was fouled. It was 29-21 Detroit. Ben Coleman was busy banging the boards for the Sixers. Look at this in traffic. 4 Detroit Pistons surrounding him. He got it down. It was 43-36 Detroit. And then Bob Thornton looks like Superman. Look at that jam. 7-5 is big 42 there, Nevitt, and he still got it down off the missed foul. Sixers then took the lead as Albert King on the feed from Danny Brains buried the jumper. Sixers went up by 3. Bill Lambier, an open shot from the top of the circle. He made it. That gave the Pistons the lead back. And then Joe Dumars again red hot in that first half. The move again by Albert King, and there at the half is the score. Detroit leading it by 2, 66-64. Up next, a look back at the 76ers and their championship year in 1983 when Center Court continues. Score call. Our contestant for tonight's game was Don Replogle from Little Rock, Pennsylvania, and Don did not know the score, but he does still get 2 tickets to a future 76ers game. I'm sorry, though, that Don did not know our score at the half, 66-64, Detroit leading the 76ers. But, Don, thanks anyway, and you'll get those tickets for next season. And we told you that our feature tonight is part 2 in a look at the 76er championships. Tonight, a look back to 1983. And our halftime feature is brought to you, as always, by McDonald's, where it's a good time for the great taste of McDonald's.
In the early 70s, the 76ers needed a tune-up. There were plenty of sour melodies and bad notes. Night after night, the Sixers were pinned with losses, and the halftime shows turned into the only bit of entertainment. Even then, things wouldn't always go as planned. The magic was missing, and it was time to dance to another tune.
I'm looking for players who are dedicated to playing the difficult part of the game. And the difficult part of the game would be playing the tough defense.
In 1973, new coach Gene Shue realized it would take time, that he couldn't come up with a fast, easy turnover. Shue was patient with a team that was struggling to find itself. There was some talent, Doug Collins emerged as one of the top young guards in the NBA. Collins teamed with veteran Fred Carter in the Sixers backcourt. Carter was a holdover from a Sixers club that had finished 9-73 in 1972. But Freddie Carter still had something left to give. Then there was Billy Cunningham, who returned from the ABA. And all of a sudden, the 76ers had themselves the framework of a winner. Cunningham and Collins teamed to make the 76ers competitive again. But the Sixers' hopes to regain their lost status in the NBA got a major boost with the signing in 1975 of George McGinnis. Big Mac was the premier forward in the ABA, and physically, he was the blueprint of what a power forward should look like. Whether running the floor or breaking down an opponent from the post, Big Mac was a tasty offensive package. Another solid contributor in the mid-70s was Steve Mix. Mix may not have been as explosive as McGinnis, but Steve Mix was fundamentally solid and a perfect complement to Big Mac. More missing parts would soon be added from the ABA to the 76ers' puzzle of success. But first, owner Irv Kozlov sold the team to Philadelphian Fitz Dixon, who set in motion the second most important acquisition in the team's history. Julius Erving arrived in 1976. The hopes of an NBA title came with him. Dr. J was expected to hold all the right prescriptions, and he never disappointed. Within a year, the 76ers went to the NBA Finals. That first year, Julius brought enthusiasm and hope back to the franchise. He made everyone else play better. With Erving, the 76ers soared to new heights. Some of Erving's co-pilots included slippery guard Lloyd Freed and the man-boy Darryl Dawkins. Close as they came, the Sixers were still unable to capture another championship. After a poor start in 1977, Billy Cunningham replaced Gene Shue as the Sixers head coach. Over from the ABA, Bobby Jones joined Julius Erving in the Sixers front court. Andrew Toney was a real find in the college draft. And Cunningham turned the playmaking chores over to Maurice Cheeks. Together, they went to the NBA Finals in 80 and 82, but came up short. In 83, they'd return to the Finals, and a man named Moses would lead them. Moses Malone brought a thunderous presence to the Sixers front court. Teamed with Erving, he promised a title, and then went out and got it. A ferocious rebounder, Malone battled relentlessly toward that goal. He shook off opponents to put himself and his Sixer teammates on the verge of greatness. The crowning moment came in June of 1983 as the Sixers beat the Los Angeles Lakers. Once again, Philadelphia had itself a champion. More than 1 million people turned out to sing in the sunshine and share in the glory of their champion 76ers.
For crying out loud, you were like Chump City.
Barkley inside and a whistle.
We have a 3-second violation.
Travel arranged through Eastern Airlines. Fly nonstop from Philadelphia to Kansas City, where connections to the West are quick and convenient. Eastern, the first-class airline to and from Kansas City.
We just had a 3-second call on the Sixers at the other end of the floor.
Lambier, and that won't go, and Barkley the rebound.
This has been a very entertaining game. I want to hear how many people are in this building. I'm really impressed.
Charles, the jam off the entry pass from Albert King.
Charles just moved his defensive man about 4 feet with a forearm.
Baseline, Isiah, and Jaminski the rebound. We're tied at 66. Gerald Henderson. Thornton wheels it left side. Barkley raises up and buries that.
You know, an interesting stat at halftime that the Sixers were only down 2, shooting 43%, especially with Detroit shooting 56. But the Sixers have 9 more boards, and a lot of it is getting second shots, so they've had a lot of foul shot attempts. That's why they're ahead. I mean, not ahead, but right in the game.
Sally
4 seconds.
runs in, kicks it off. Dumars is alone and scores.
Nice pressure pass that time by John Sally.
All right, we're tied at 68. We're just underway here in the third period. Gerald for 3. No. Dumars. William Beer. Now they swing it inside. Great move by Rodman. He scores easily.
Tough shot. Really a tough shot.
But he used the basket to protect himself. Just surfaced on the right side.
Well, Rodman had 8 boards at halftime, 4 offensive. Having a nice game.
Jaminski, the jump hook, no. Tap Charles, that won't go. Charles again, no. Tap again, Charles is good.
Charles is wearing those people out in there. Dennis Rodman is really hot because Charles banged him a couple times.
This is going to be out of bounds to Detroit.
Rodman is all over Jake, giving him a lot of heat going as he walked past the referee, Jake O'Donnell.
Well, when you play Charles, you got to expect it.
Well, you know, Charles had 9 rebounds at the half and 19 points in 18 minutes.
They kick it inside, and the little hook, no. Tap Lambier is good. Lambier.
At halftime, Lambier had 11 points and 4 boards. He's 6 for 9 from the floor.
Well, you're right. You look up around this building. I'm looking at the top of it. There's some people in this baby. Gerald for 3 again. No. Tap Charles. No. Follow Jaminski is good. They got 3 cracks at it.
See, Mike's been struggling tonight, Neil. He's only 4 for 12 from the floor. But he's gotten himself in some tough predicaments for the hook. He has 7 boards. See, there's a lot of contact down on the baseline. The reason for that is Joe Dumars just really got whacked right in the face because Detroit sets a double screen on one side and a single screen on the other, and they come down the floor and they really headhunt you. So the Sixers are fighting him back physically.
The team's first.
This will be Sally to inbound, although Tommy Nunez has his hands in the air. And the foul was on Albert King, his third. They first said it was Jaminski, but it was Albert. Dumars misses, and here's another whistle.
Detroit foul number 40, Bill Lambier.
Lambier the foul.
His 4th.
Okay, right now for the Sixers, Barkley, Albert King, Gerald Henderson, Mike Jaminski, and Bob Thornton. Isiah Thomas dogging Henderson.
2-man game now, Jaminski and King.
There's Jaminski against Lambier. King from outside, that short, but Jaminski, oh, wow. He just, and even Lambier laughed.
Yeah, but yeah, Lambier's a great actor. So as soon as you put your hands on Lambier, Lambier's going to give you a little extra fall down.
Well, I'll tell you what, then we have 2 of the best in the league, Gerald and Lambier, right?
That could be Academy Award time here.
Isiah Thomas for John Sally. Now Lambier. He squares up. The jumper is off the heel of the rim, heavy, and a whistle after the rebound.
Philadelphia foul number 45.
Okay, you got Edwards, Dumars, Lambier, Sally,
number 42.
Isiah Thomas. Now here comes Nevitt back in, and the roar from the crowd again. Here's a look again at the last play.
Well, here's the miss, but they call a loose ball foul here right now. And I can't believe it that they call that foul on Philadelphia.
74-72, Detroit. By 2 with 7:38 left to play in the third. Gerald Thornton, strong move into the lane, goes up and travel or 3 seconds.
Yeah, Bobby shifted his pivot foot that time. He made a real nice move getting in there, and then he realized that he was open, and all he had to do was take one extra step. Unfortunately, he took the wrong way. He moved the pivot foot.
Now he comes out of the game, and Ben Coleman checks in. Dumars down the lane. And the layup, the reverse is good by James Edwards.
James Edwards has a solid offensive game.
Let me ask you a question.
Go ahead.
Does Detroit have a big front line right now? Tell me.
Yeah. You have Nevitt at 7'5". Oh, well, Gerald, he just took his third in a row here, and he finally knocked it down.
76-75 Detroit, and we're going to get a dead ball situation.
Purchase an 87-88 76ers pictorial yearbook. Take a historical look at the silver anniversary Sixers for only $5. To order, call 339-7600.
And guess what, Hubie? I just counted the crowd during that timeout as Sally makes the free throw. I just counted them. 27,853.
Up. You missed one guy who was in the John.
Oh.
There he is right there.
Oh, 854. I'm sorry.
And I'll tell you, I cannot believe that. I thought there was 35,000 people in here.
Well, 27,000, not a bad crowd for one team who is not going to the playoffs. Another team that is.
Charles, wow. Do it. Now that was a so help me, I can't believe that I'm going to make that shot. Now just watch this move by Charles, how he swings into the lane. All right, draws everyone. You have 3 guys on him. Look at this. He just throws it up, nothing but net, and a foul shot.
Charles 9 for 9 and now 10 for 10 from the free throw line.
It's like we said at halftime. Charles had 19 at the half with 9 boards.
Well, I don't think there's any question he came to play. Isiah buries one. And if you're wondering about Mo Cheeks, he will not play tonight. He was hit in the thigh in the Cleveland game. And Cliff Robinson will not play. He's been nursing a sore ankle.
I want to tell you something. We're seeing some shots here tonight.
Well, no, we said this is going to be this is fun time right now for both
but you know what
teams.
this is like? This is like when you have a bicycle and you do a wheelie. Watch this. Look at this. There's his wheelie move. Hey, a little dipsy-do off the wrong foot. Too bad David didn't hit the foul shot. Chuck Nevitt.
Yeah, and the crowd roars just because he got a rebound. Isiah stutter steps into the lane. Little dribble handoff for Joe Dumars. Hooked underneath. Edwards, jumper no, and Jaminski the rebound. We are tied at 80. Henderson, cross court for the other Henderson. Now Henderson again. This is Gerald.
Double dribble. He dribbled, started again. Dribbled, stopped, started again.
No basket, double dribble.
But you know, in this league, you get away with that a lot. Especially if you'll dribble, stop, and then wait a while, try to fake a couple passes, then dribble. Nice try by Gerald. See, Gerald wanted a moving pick that time. As he fought over the top of that pick, Nevitt moved and actually nailed him.
Isiah Thomas against Gerald Henderson. Dumars, they set the screen, and he knocked it down.
See, once you set a style of play, whether it's defensively using your forearms, grabbing a net, and then on your picks moving, once they see it during the year, then they let it go. Nice move by Henderson. Nice move.
And a whistle stops it again.
Yeah, but
go ahead.
They didn't give him the fouls that time. They gave him the ball out of bounds.
82-80 Detroit.
9 seconds.
Jaminski, he runs into heavy traffic.
4.
Gerald from outside, and he poured. Boy, he measured that baby. Off the left wing. We're tied at 82. Dumars hooked it up. They're going to count it, and a foul.
From Isiah Thomas. Philadelphia foul number 3, David Henderson.
David Henderson, the personal foul.
Situation.
We have a final from San Antonio. Dallas 119, San Antonio 109. That puts Dallas in the 3rd spot, Portland in the 4th spot. Dallas will open up with Houston, and then Portland will open with Utah.
And we got all that clear.
Yes, we do.
3-point play is complete, and it's 85-82, the Pistons.
2-man game here.
Ben, boy, he bangs into Edwards, ducks in, fires, nope. And the ball loose and out of bounds. I'll tell you what, there's some banging going on.
Joe
Besides all the
Dumars.
Showtime stuff.
Joe Dumars just put Charles Barkley out of bounds. Now that's hard to do because he pushed him in the back right out of bounds. Charles was looking for a loose ball foul.
Jaminski from outside. No, Charles trying to battle for the rebound, and it's out of bounds. Sally got a little piece of it and deflected it away, or else Charles would have gone up for a jam. Now they set up again from outside. No, kept alive. Finally Edwards.
See, Nevitt is so big. He's 7'5", and when he reaches, there it is. Yes.
This place explodes now. (87-82). The Pistons have opened up a 5-point lead.
Sixers need a good shot here.
Charles trying to go one-on-one, and he staggers around and traveling call. Well, the crowd's still buzzing because Nevitt got a field goal.
Well, what you must watch out for now is that you don't let it get away from you and get the crowd in the game. Sixers have been doing a very, very nice job here tonight.
And mind you, playing, boy, Gerald got really wrapped by Sally that time as he tried to come across.
Except for one thing, Gerald really nailed Sally. So, you know, there was a good retaliation there. One thing you cannot do as a guard, you cannot let front court people bang you around with their forearms without retaliating.
Gerald behind his back. Nevitt on the double. Now outside. David Henderson, the jumper off the heel of the rim heavy. The rebound fought for. Here's Charles, and he jams.
I want to clear up that
basket will
point.
still be shaky.
Oh, nice steal by David Henderson. Don't do something bad. Nice, nice. He took on the 2 deep guys that time. Stole the ball right away.
Vinnie Johnson, that's right.
Yeah. Nice.
24-second violation.
Nice defense that time by the Sixers. Excellent job.
And Vinnie Johnson should have probably taken Earl Katz, Charles Barkley, and Phil Jasner. And we'll talk more about that as this game wears on. David Henderson. Nope. And Edwards the rebound. Okay, Vinnie Johnson and Isiah Thomas in the backcourt. Boy, Nevitt set a back screen that time on David Henderson as Vinnie Johnson drives and scores.
Well, he just muscled that one right through David Henderson.
Well, he's got great upper body strength.
Well, you know, that's because David hasn't played him enough, and he doesn't understand that you cannot let him keep going to his right. Once he starts his drive down in there, you got to try to take away that hand.
Charles Barkley, top of the key.
Watch out. There goes
Gerald for 3. Nope. Rebound, Jaminski. G spins up a hook and banked it in.
G-man. I mean, he poor Chuck Nevitt. He just moved Chuck Nevitt about 6 feet to get that rebound. He just pushed him right out there with his forearm. A nice hook shot by G-man.
Vinnie Johnson, and you do not want him. He's a streak shooter. You don't want him to get going.
Well, he came in the first half, was 4 for 7. He's knocked in 2 in a row here.
91-88. The Pistons inside, and that's stolen. Lead for Sally. Sally runs it down. Dishes. Isiah, nope. And a foul. And Isiah beats him. He took it away from Nevitt.
See, because of his size and the reach, when he puts his hands up, Nevitt does get his hand on a lot of balls. The foot quickness isn't there, but you wouldn't expect it to be.
Coleman, good fake, and now wheels back toward the baseline and then lost the ball.
Ben has a legitimate beef there. Isiah definitely knocked that ball out of his hands, out of bounds.
Sally against Barkley. Poked away by Ben Coleman. Sally is down. Edwards trips over him, and Sally writhes in pain.
Well, there's
Now
a lot
he's
of
up.
contact, Ed.
Yeah.
I mean, in the last 2 exchanges here, there's a lot of banging around. And
Well,
you'll see, there's no move here right now. There's no place to go. See, and as Ben Coleman goes down and strips him, you can see he nails Sally with his elbow right in the face. Plus, he got him across the hands, and now he's on the floor, and they went up and did that next move right over the top of it.
94-88. Now, the Sixers need a couple of good trips here. Gerald just pounding the dribble and now bounces at long range for Charles. Barkley, they clear the right side.
3 seconds.
Squares up, fires for 3 and missed it. The rebound, Mark McNamara. Playing with that injured
8
hand.
seconds for the quarter. 7.
Vinnie Johnson, good pass to Lewis. He scores and he's fouled. Great pass.
Great pass and a very, very strong move. Chuck Daly very high on Lewis as a player. They think that they can play him at 3 positions. They like his attitude, and they really like his ability. Watch a strong move. That's a strong move, going up right through it for a 3-pointer. Now, there are 5 seconds on the clock, so you do have time here. Now, something good could happen. 2 seconds, 1.
And nothing good did happen. Somebody in the stands caught it. That's the end of the third with the score. The Pistons 97, the Sixers 88. From Berwyn, PA, and he has picked Charles Barkley. Tom will receive a Sixers starter's jacket just for being picked. And if he's right, he'll also get the Sony Watchman.
He's not in the game, so
Okay,
make the choice. Go ahead, make the choice quick. Hurry up.
I'm going to say right now that it will be
Come on.
David Wingate.
David Wingate. Now, Barkley was a good choice. He has 30 points and 15 rebounds. Unfortunately, he's not in the game. Ups.
Well, Tom, your history, but you still get the starter's jacket. In our Miller Lite fourth quarter shootout. Both prizes courtesy of Miller Lite and PHL 17. And I'll be honest with you, Hubie.
Our foul was
This
on Mark McNamara.
Yeah, but this game has been a little more physical than I thought it might
The point that anytime we gave you the choice of getting somebody an extra gift, that you haven't gotten one right yet.
And you're right on about James Edwards. He has 12 exactly tonight. Nevitt a rebound, and the crowd roars again. You know
Chuck's
what?
doing a nice
Hey,
job.
listen, I'm giving Tom, what was his name? Tom Barrett. He gets both. He gets the Watchman and the starter jacket. It's the last game of the season. It's the least we can do. Vinnie Johnson short. Nevitt again got a hand on it. Okay, and that's what Hubie talked about a few moments ago. He's so big, so tall, that he gets his hand on a lot of balls. He doesn't always come away with them.
He's a nice young man, and he really has worked very hard in the offseason. And here he is. He's been in the NBA a number of years, and he's been on some good teams.
And Vinnie Johnson rolls one in. 101-90. Pistons beginning to pull away a little bit. Jaminski, nothing but net with the jump hook. Michael with 16. Dumars. Albert slip, good feed, and
Oh, how about that?
they're going to count it.
Jimmy wanted goaltending. No way are they taking that away from Chuck Nevitt.
No way. If we get a chance to look at that again, that's something.
Well, first of all, it was about 3 feet up over the top of the rim, okay? That was really up high.
Ball poked away out of bounds. Sixers will have it. Sideline right. No, you're right. Not in this building are they going to take that away.
No, no, no.
David Wingate.
David Wingate.
And see, that's who I selected.
Are you kidding? We've been up and down the floor 8 times since your selection.
Hey, it happens. 103-94. Now Wingate goes down hard. The ball loose and stolen by the Sixers. Ben give it up. Wingate loops it for Jaminski.
Nice
He squares up. No, the tap Danny Brains won't fall. And James Edwards comes away with it.
That was a beautiful pass by Wingate to set up Jaminski because he had to get it up over the top of the 7-foot defensive man. Tough miss on the tap also on that follow-up by Bobby Thornton. Here's a high pick and roll. See, this is a moving pick. See, that should be a foul.
Jumper missed and Brains the rebound. The lead is for Coleman. He catches. Good catch. He goes up. That should be goaltending. And it is. And a foul as well.
I'm going to tell you something. That's not goaltending. How's that for some nerve? You know why? Because the ball was still on the way up. Now watch this right here. Now if this is goaltending, it'll be my first time this year that I made a mistake.
No, wait a minute. No, wait a minute. Here it is.
Watch it on the way up. The ball is still on the way up. Will you stop it already? Come on.
Well, how high does he have to throw it? To the ceiling
It doesn't matter. As long as the ball is still going up, it doesn't matter. You can block the shot.
I was right and he was wrong.
All right, now here go the Sixers in their trap. Here they go in their trap right now.
The skip pass across the top. This is Ralph Lewis for John Sally. Doubled.
Nice trap by Brains. Very nice trap.
Benny Johnson, nope. And the rebound, Mike Jaminski.
Tell you, the Sixers did a terrific job that time.
The lead is for Albert King. Good
beautiful.
feed to Ben Coleman, and that's knocked away, and a foul call. It is 103-98.
Point game here now, 103-98. Here's the trap. Let's see what they do. See, they do. Oh, they brought Lambert in, so they added
poked away and a whistle. Yep.
Oh boy.
Sixers have pressured nicely here the last couple of trips down.
Well, this is a nice group to do it with. You have King, Wingate, and Brains. You have three quick guys that play the passing lanes well.
Jaminski for Danny Brains.
Doubled. There you go.
Kicked it out. Albert is open. The jumper spun out on him, and the rebound, Lambert. Benny Johnson and Joe Dumars in the backcourt for Detroit. Sally, along with Lambert and Ralph Lewis, the front line as they set up.
Oh,
there's Benny off the screen. He scores.
Double screen. See, that time they ran a double screen on the left side. They laid a single on the right. He came out off the double. And unfortunately, his man tried to go around the screen. You can't do that. You can't cheat. Good player like Benny Johnson. He's out in front of you. You get there too late.
105-98. Here's a steal by Detroit. Pistons with a lead in the ball. Dumars, the lob, and that sails about 9. He must have spotted a pretty girl somewhere. That baby was 8 rows up.
I tell you, Joe can't even smile on that one. I mean, I've been watching him now to see if he would smile. But he threw that one up. Even the guy coming from the elevator up on the top couldn't have got that one.
Albert King, David Wingate, Jaminski, Coleman, and Brains. Jaminski, and that's partially blocked, and then it's out of bounds. It's going to belong to Detroit, and a timeout taken. 105-98 with 6:47 left to play, and a timeout taken. We're back right after these messages. Hoop Magazine commemorating the retirement of the Doctor, Julius Erving's number 6 on April 19th. Only a limited number, though, remains, so call now at 339-7600. Neil Funk with Hubie Brown. Pistons in front. And we have 6:34 left in the season. At least for the Sixers. Isiah had it blocked from behind. Lewis, though, came
2
up with it.
seconds.
That's an air ball from Lambert.
Bad pass.
Yeah.
Good gracious. Here's a 2-on-0.
Goodbye, Sally with the jam. Very, very lazy pass. Very soft.
Cardinal rule of basketball: do not pass the ball on the fast break to a man who's on the same plane. That means he's directly in front of you. You can't judge his speed. He can't judge the pass.
Charles inside and scores.
Charles Barkley.
You know what? Quietly, he has had another monster game.
Yes, he has. And you know what also is sad about that fast break? It was 5 against 3, and they had the turnover. It's too bad. But see, you do not have a point guard out on the floor here tonight with this group.
Here's the jumper by Vinnie Johnson. 109-100. Still a lot of time left. 5:25. We've gone back and forth all night long, and a big crowd, 27,000 plus, has been entertained. Jaminski buries the jump hook.
It's been a very competitive game, and there has been terrific shooting here tonight. There have been a lot of great plays, not real tough defense, but there's a lot of body banging.
Now Tommy Nunez with a call, and
zone call
Jimmy
here.
wants to know what. Jimmy wants to know who it was.
Albert King. Albert King on a zone call.
But I've never seen a coach yet since that rule came in where the coach didn't say, well, who was it? Just at least tell me who it was.
Yeah. There's that double screen again for Vinny.
That's poked away. Isiah got it back.
Plenty of time now. You have to be careful because there's still 10 seconds here. See, Smart dipped right through the double team.
Lewis, nope. Lambier, yes, and a foul.
See, you run your double team. Isiah did what you always should do. You take the double team down. What you do is you bend down, get the double team to come down with you, step through the double team. There you go. Now watch this. Here's your miss. But you got people rotating. Now Lambier comes right up over the top.
Well, what he did was he backed away with the dribble and drew the two defenders away.
That's
right?
the first thing you do.
Okay.
Second thing is take the double team low. Third thing, step through the double team. Now you've got the advantage and you can see where you're going with the pass.
111-102, 4.5 left. Here at the Silver Dome in Pontiac, Michigan. Neil Funk, Hubie Brown. Poked away. Isiah will run. Thomas 1-on-2 behind his back to Sally, who jams to the left hand. And it's showtime here in Pontiac. And a timeout taken by the Sixers. 113-102. The Pistons with 4:14 remaining. Pistons playoff bound. Lead 113-102. And you're watching Sixers basketball on PHL 17 in Philadelphia. Neil Funk, Hubie Brown. That guy was a classic. Albert dribble drive, spins in.
All right.
And they're going to give it to the Sixers.
Right. There was only 4 seconds, so you get a 5-second count now. Leading rebounders, Rodman with 10, Lambier with 7, Barkley with 15, Jaminski with 12. 5 seconds here now.
There's that little lob off the inbounds to Charles. That's an air ball. Albert had it for a moment.
Now loose ball foul, Albert King.
Just he pushed Lewis in the back.
That's the third team foul now for the Sixers.
And that's 5 on Albert. 113-102, 3:47. Lewis, Lambier, Vinnie Johnson. Just kind of yo-yos the dribble and fires over Albert King. Missed it. Charles, another board. Little handoff outside, and Gerald missed it. Charles, the follow. Nope. I'll tell you what.
That was a monster board.
Yeah, I mean, you got 4 guys draped all over you.
Yep. That was a monster rebound. That's his 16th rebound in the game.
At the line for Philadelphia. Number 34, Charles Barkley, shooting 2.
Charles is perfect at the. No, I'm not going to say it. 113-103. Now I'll say it. He is now 12 for 12 from the line. Baseline. 113-104. And 3 minutes, better than 3 minutes left.
Isiah Thomas. 1:15 means your reserve.
Now crunch time. Isaiah is there.
He's so tough to play off the pick and roll because you have to worry about Lambier taking the long shot.
Here's the skip pass. Albert for 3, and that's good.
Albert and Gerald.
Boom.
Yeah, Albert and Gerald have had a nice night tonight from the perimeter.
This offer extends for the next 72 hours and is valid for dining room service only. Don't forget you must
115, 107.
Buddy's Pizza, the Pistons.
Little dribble handoff at the top. Now they swing it. Isiah Thomas stares at Gerald Henderson. Now squares up, fire scores.
See, what he was staring at was he was looking right at the clock to see how many seconds were left, to see how long he wanted to fool around there or how much he was under the gun.
117, 107. Barkley dribble drive down the lane and a strong move.
He just flicked Lewis right off like he wasn't even there. Just flicked him.
Well, Charles goes back to the free throw line. Well, we'll say this for the final regular season game. It's been entertaining anyway.
Absolutely. Very entertaining.
Now Detroit will move on as they are into the playoffs. The Sixers season has ended. Charles, Coxon delivers and got it again. 14 for 14 from the line. And 36 points to go along with 17, 18 rebounds for Charles Barkley.
854. The Pistons, thank you.
Lane Beer, and that's good.
See what I like about what Detroit is doing here, if you notice, they're running all their plays. Everybody is picking people. They're running everything. And you can see why they're a good basketball team. The execution is terrific.
Here you go. Here comes Isiah. Dishes, Lewis, layup, good. And he's fouled as well.
Very unselfish play by Isiah.
He waited and waited and waited for the trailer. Our Miller Lite MVP is Joe Dumars of the Detroit Pistons. Miller Lite, PHL 17, would like to present $76 on his behalf to the Philadelphia chapter of the American Red Cross. Congratulations to Joe Dumars, and boy, he really got Detroit off to a great start.
Now, that was Albert's 6th foul on that play.
David Henderson on the wing. Doubled and fouled. A minute 18 left. 122-109.
David
Detroit.
Henderson was determined to get that shot off.
Yep.
His second penalty situation. On the line for Philadelphia. Number 3, David Henderson.
You used to be like that.
Well, the young man has done a good job in a short period of time since joining the team. Has made, you know, good, solid contributions some nights. Naturally, it's sporadic because he hasn't been here all year, and you still don't know all your teammates, and you're learning every day.
Yeah, I was going to say, you're not in training camp, and you come in mid-season.
Wow. On the baseline there. Gerald Henderson just, Lambier and Bobby Thornton. Yeah, see, Thornton isn't going to step away from Lambier. There's no doubt about that. But Isiah Thomas just ended up out of bounds. Now, I did not see how that happened. Thornton and Lambier are still sounding one another.
Yeah, but neither one of them are going to back down. Now, you know, what Jake is saying right now to both of them is, hey, look, guys, why? Not now. A minute 11 left, a 122-111 Detroit lead, and Isiah Thomas at the free throw line. And he makes the first. Charles Barkley has gone to the bench, but not without giving a tremendous effort here tonight. And he had another one of those monster games. 124-111. Gerald pulls up. Nope. And there's Thornton. Hey, how about in your face? Now Lambier. Back screen. And now he squares up. And missed that. 46 seconds left in the season. And a foul in the backcourt.
Detroit ball number 11, Isiah Thomas. His first penalty situation.
There's James Edwards back in and Russell as well.
Walker Russell, who is playing down in the Continental League, has joined the ball club.
Number 31, Mark McNamara, checking back into the Sixers lineup. Replacing number 42, Mike Jaminski.
Here comes Mike Jaminski.
Number 12, Gerald Henderson on the line for the Sixers.
To the bench. Gerald makes the first free throw and has another coming. 124-114 with 44 seconds left. Detroit in front. Gerald makes the second. Glances back at Jimmy Lynam.
There has to be something with 125 points here because these people are all wound up.
Here's the ball poked loose from Russell, but he got it back. Crowd roaring again. The jumper is good.
And there it is.
Ralph Lewis.
It's a free pizza.
Outside, David Henderson. Nope. Second time, perfect. They must have to, well, let's see. There's the jam by Ralph Lewis. I mean, they're really roaring in here. This is like a playoff game.
Detroit on the floor, Joe Dumars. He's in a penalty situation.
130, Hubie, is what they know.
They need, that's right. So they have 3 seconds to get a hoop here. Okay.
Mark McNamara at the free throw line. Pumps short. This crowd really wants that. They must be.
It sounds like the bees are coming after us.
They gun it in. He glances at the clock. Fires. It is the rim and no good.
Almost.
128, 118. The Pistons defeat the Philadelphia 76ers. We'll be back after these messages.
Only 45% from the field, 57% for Detroit. And the rebounding edge, look at Philadelphia out rebounding Detroit by 14. They also turned it over 6 more times. Charles Barkley, 36 points to lead all scorers. Mike Jaminski with 16, the same for Ben Coleman, and the Hendersons, each with 12. For Detroit, we had Joe Dumars finishing. That should be 26 points for Joe Dumars, 25 for Isiah Thomas. Johnson then next in line with 20, Lambier 17, Edwards had 12, and Ralph Lewis doesn't show there, but Ralph also in doubles with 10 points. Here on Channel 17, the Sixers out of the playoffs. They finish 10 games under 500 with a record of 36-46. Injuries, that nasty 21-game road losing streak, and the 76ers never able to recover from that. Down the stretch, they made it interesting, but they were unable to capitalize on a lot of games near the end of the season at home, and they had something like 8 of their final 12 at home, and they only went 4-4 during those 8 games at the Spectrum, and that really probably cost them a spot in the playoffs. They will have a lottery pick, and who knows what this team is going to be like when October rolls around later on this year. That's it for this year, though. A reminder, join us 7:30 when we'll talk to Harold Katz and Charles Barkley about the 76ers' future. It's been my pleasure to sit here at center court with you through the Sixers season. Until next time, this is Harry Donahue. So long, everybody.
Thanks for watching Center Court with Harry Donahue, the Sixers post-game show with stats, highlights, and scores from tonight's games in the NBA. Tonight's show was brought to you by the power of Colt 45. It works every time.